Welcome to the Den of Tools.
Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighborhood tool bear, back again here in the old Den of Tools. And today we got a special treat for you. Yeah, the folks over at Boss Hammers reached out to me and said, we saw your video on hammers. We've seen you've been doing these highlights of American-made companies, and we'd like to send you a couple of our hammers for you to take a look at. And I'm like, well, American-made hammers, you got the bear's interest there, but never heard of them before. I said, sure enough, why don't you send them on over, take a look at them, and see what we got. And wow, yeah, these are not your grandpappy's hammers. They got something new. They got some special sauce in it, and I think you're going to be kind of amazed. I don't know why anybody hasn't thought of this yet, but basically what they've done is they've put a straight edge at the base of the hammerhead, and that lines up directly with the tip of the claw, and that allows you to use it as a straight edge with a right angle being the handle. And there you go. This is a replacement for a speed square, a framing square, and a ruler all in one. There you have it. This thing is a pretty nifty little trick. At first I thought it seemed a little gimmicky, but after playing with it for a day, I gotta tell you, I was pretty impressed. Now I gotta say, this is a first look kind of video. This is not a long-term review. This is just getting out there, running it for the day, seeing how it does. And I gotta say, first impressions is I am pretty impressed with it. It's a made in the USA tool. You gotta like it. I will say I do have some negatives. We're gonna save these for the end, but first let me demo it for you and show it in action so you can see what the bear is talking about. Okay, here we are in the great outdoors, and we've got the Boss. This is the larger of the three. You could tell throughout the video it's the darker one, so that will be easier to tell because the smaller one has got a much lighter colored handle. This has got the textured face. The smaller one's going to have the smooth face. So here we line it up for our first marking here. As you see, the flat edge, it's not the part right where the metal meets the wood, it's just above it. Nice straight flat edge there, lines up with the tip of the claw. And I will admit, it did take 3 or 4 tries to get the hang of getting the straight edge off of it, because it's not sitting flush with the wood. So you have the slight curvature, the roundness, if you will, of the handle to deal with. And it took a few tries so you didn't kind of wobble in and out along that curvature. But as soon as we got that figured out, it all kind of all made sense here. So you can see me lining up the square on the first one. It's close, not exactly perfect. The middle line there is off of the square itself. The third line, you can see it was dead straight. We'll try a few more lines here just to see how they go. Get the feel of it just right, and both off of the front and off the back. It doesn't matter which way you go off of this. That would just be dependent on if you want to use the measuring, the ruler on it, or the angle system, or the roof angles. And then here we line it up with the square, and we are good to go. All right, and because I know someone will ask what kind of square it is, so here you go. Challenger cutlery core. Yeah, it's probably as older than I am. Anyway, and then using the smaller of the two, just trying it out, seeing if there's any difference. I didn't notice anything. There you can see how that flat edge lines up, so how you get the square, the straight edge off of it. Anyway, hammer's a hammer, so what good is it if it does all these other tricks but doesn't drive a nail? Yeah, I hate using those magnetic sets. I'm not good at those.
Nice.
I can never get them to line up right. I just always end up using my, the old paw method. That said, I'm going to give you a quick demo about the smooth face versus the textured face. Texture is great for gripping the nail, but it can leave some marring in the wood. Smooth face usually doesn't have that issue. Let's try the set again. Hey, that one wasn't bad. Who knows, Alright, so we're going to drive some nails here, because let's be honest, that's what hammers are for. That's why you buy them. If it does other tricks, that's great, but if it doesn't drive a nail the way you want it to drive a nail, what's the point of it? So I got 2 size nails here. Just grabbed them out of the shop, out of the old nail jar. I'm not exactly sure the sizes. We got a medium size and a larger size. We're trying with both hammers here, and as you see, I felt that they drove. They drove well. The hammers, I felt, had a really good balance. I could definitely feel where on the head of the hammer I was striking the nail. And that's going to be key for control, for getting a good sync on it, and moving along quickly for sure. Now we're going to switch up to some of the larger nails. Sorry about the camera angle here, and I'm hammering around the camera, which is always awkward. So we'll see though if we can still get it done. There we go. Again, even with the larger nails, I still felt like I had plenty of power. I had plenty of control. I could feel the spacing on it, where it was. And by that, I mean where on the face of the hammer I'm contacting the nail. And that, again, that's about control. Now, as far as pulling, it's a straight claw hammer and works just fine. Well, there you go. There you have it. You saw it working. You saw it, driving nails and all sorts of stuff. And you can see how we can use it as a speed square and such. But it's got even more tricks up its sleeve. So let me show you some of those real quick. So not only can it do the straight right angle thing, but it can also do degrees. And what you do is you pivot it based off of the claw point. So after you draw your right angle, you pivot off of that, off the claw, and then you got these little hash marks down here with 45, 40. So, and on the inverse side, you can do your typical roof angles. So you can do a quick 12, 12 off of it, and you can find all sorts of common measurements. Not only that, it's got the width of the handle is 1.5, and the length of the smaller of the ones, I think it was the 18, is 16 inches. So if we're doing quick framing layout measurements, in that regards, it's just like using a carpenter square, because you can instantly do layouts. Now, if you're doing a full scale layout, at that point, I would probably use a tape measure and such. But if we're doing quick one-offs, it's definitely going to do the trick. Some of the other features we're talking about, it's got a hickory handle. It's got the magnetic head. I have to admit, some people like this. The Bear's not a huge fan of it. It's not a detractor. It doesn't take away from the hammer at all. It's there if you want it. But I find the old, use it with my paw, set the nail. I don't usually have a problem with whacking myself. I've been doing this so long. And as we said, for doing full layouts there, it can really get the job done fast. I'm planning on building a shed later this summer, and I'm definitely going to be putting this through its paces. Now, some of the other stuff we need to talk about. They've got 3 models, a 16, an 18, and 22 ounce. The 16 comes in at $64.95. Same for the 18. The 22 is going to run you $69.95. Shipping's about $10. Yeah, it's more pricey than, a Harbor Freight or whatnot, but this is what you get when you start supporting made in American tools. Now, the 16 comes with a flat finish. The 22 comes with the milled finish. That's so it can really grip and drive those nails. And then the 18 comes in either or. You can get it down here. When you're ordering it, you can choose the milled or the smooth face. They have buy with Google Payment as an option. That's kind of nice. They're also offering some engraving on some of these handles here. We got We the People. You got a Punisher logo. You got Semper Fi. Let's see here. We got Father's Day. We're going to talk about in a minute. Air Force, Army, and Navy as well. So if there's somebody special, or maybe just for yourself you want to represent, you can do that also. I should point out all the engraving, especially on the marks on the handle, are triple lasered. So they're said to last the length, the life of the handle. And we're going to talk more about that in just a little bit. As far as Father's Day here, so you've got your choice here between dad or best dad ever. This would be quite a gift for if you got a dad who likes to swing a hammer. Or maybe you could leave it as a hint. Maybe accidentally send this video to the wife or the cubs, and maybe you might get that hammer you've been looking for. They do offer replacement handles. They're $20 each. Not inexpensive, but it is a real hickory handle, and it is laser etched, so it's going to be a little special. Now this is so good. They won Invention of the Year at the Made in America trade show last year, and now, what we talk about when we said life of the handle and stuff. So, good quality hammers, you're going to find often don't come with a lifetime warranty. Why? Because these are things made for bashing. They're only going to last so long. So their warranty, they come with a limited 1-year warranty from date of purchase against workmanship and manufacturer defects. They don't warranty normal wear and tear or misuse of the product. Now, And you know, that's what we talked about, you know, the life of the handle and stuff with the laser etchings. These things, hammers wear out. You just got to accept that fact. They're not going to last a lifetime. I'm a well-known fan of Estwing or Eastwing or however you pronounce the wing. I love them. Price on these, $26.97 for a 22 ounce long handled. You get the metal neck or full metal shaft, I should say, with the comfort grip. I've been told, I talked to the guys over at Boss, and they said they're going to be coming out with polymer handles, comfort grips. I think they even said they're going to come out with a metal handle. So they've got other versions coming out. They're planning to grow the company. Looks like they're really putting the money they're making back into the company, and that's awesome. But anyway, back to Estwing. I'm just going to say this. Their warranty, Estwing says quite flat out here, not a lifetime warranty. Basically, they say it's going to be good, and as long as you don't use it or abuse it or whatever, or it's what they consider standard wear, they have the option to replace it. We talk about Vaughn hammers. Now, Vaughn, they've got some pricey hammers up to $78.57. They're more basic hammers, $27.32. But again, their warranty policy is they don't even, like, we do not provide a written warranty, but our pledge is a continued effort to produce. Anyway, if you read the rest of it, it goes on to say, basically, they do it as an individual case. They'll look at it and be like, okay, we'll warranty that or we won't warranty that, but there is no guarantee. Now, I know somebody's going to ask, so I'm just going to call it out right now, and that is Stiletto. Stiletto, just so you know, they're running $45 for your basic kind of 21-ounce hickory hammer here. Here's the thing. They're no longer made in the USA. At least I can't find anything on their site that says made in the USA. There's nothing on their hammer saying made in the USA. They used to be made in the USA. If they still were, I think they would say it loud and proud, made in the USA. I mean, if you look at Vaughn, they let you know. If you look at Boss, you know, here, they're quick to point it out, you know, made in the USA. When products are made in the USA, people call it out. When they hide the fact, you could pretty much assume it's probably made in China or somewhere equivalent. Anyway, there you go. As I said, this hammer's got a lot of, you know, tricks built into it. At first, my first impression when I heard about it was, hey, this thing's a little gimmicky. But, you know, what I realized is it really isn't. This is something that's truly useful. This is not a pretty hammer. Okay, it uses a black zinc finish. This is a straightforward workpiece. This is for somebody who's serious about getting work done. And I got to tell you, I liked swinging it. It felt good. I was driving nails with confidence. I had one nail, and I probably drove 100 nails today. Of those nails, I had one that was bent, you know, that I ended up bending it. And that was because at least I think, because I used the magnetic nail set, it went in a little off angle and I tried to overcorrect. So I'm going to put that one on me. It didn't feel like it was on the hammer because honestly, when I was swinging it, I felt like I could really feel the placement of the nail on the head. It allowed me to really control it. Also, if you notice, the hammer is hexagonal rather than round. I think that gives you a little, like when you're working close to another piece, maybe you're doing a toe set nail or something, you can use the edge of the hammer. You can get in there with that little corner and drive it a little cleaner, not worrying about marring the finish as much. There's a lot of thought that clearly went into these hammers. I rather like them. I would really like to see them in something with a comfort grip, you know, for long day use. Maybe in a steel handle or even a lightweight poly handle. As I said, or as they said, they're working on it. They're coming down the road. But, you know, $64.95, $10 shipping. You know, hopefully we'll start seeing local retailers carrying these as it gets picked up, as they grow. Hopefully that price will, you know, drop a little bit, probably not a ton, because it is made in the USA. So you're supporting small businesses in the United States. And I know for some of you, that's really important. I got to tell you, just talking to these people, they seem really, you know, really passionate about the business. And I think that's great. I love supporting small businesses, small startups, and people, you know, creating jobs in the U.S. Anyway, there you go. Let me know what you think of the Boss Hammer. Is this something you would be interested in? Is this something that you think you would use on a daily basis? I like the idea of not having to carry, you know, a carpenter square or a speed square or whatnot, or even, you know, a ruler, maybe a tape measure, because, you know, for the longer ones. But if I'm doing short measurements, this thing is hella easy. I know I'm letting my time in California slip out, you know. You'll have to forgive me. We'll we'll work that out now that I'm living in a free state and all up here in the Montana. But anyway, that's all the bear has for you today. Go and check him out. At least go and take a look at him. Show him that much support. Maybe Father's Day is coming around the corner. Maybe this is something you want to do. Maybe not. Anyway, let me know what you think. Is this something that you want to see more of? Do you want to see more coverage of tools like this, or this company specifically? Or if there's other companies, other Made in American tool companies you want me to check out, let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, also on your way out, be sure to chomp that like button. It's right down there. It's fresh, baked today, gluten-free, trans-fat-free, low calories. Just right on there, just give it a big old chomp. Anyway, that's all the bear has for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.